Hello, welcome to my very first shadow work tarot reading for the collective on the full moon eclipse in Scorpio. So the astrological importance of those are that the full moon eclipse is a moment of extreme, exaggerated, hyper fixed energy on a point of our life that's being expanded and really coming to fruition. So we're going to see what the main shadow work card is that's going to come out and be the overarching energy for this reading. Let's see. Shadow work energy here. Okay, we have the card of perspective. It says, a calm and clear mind is free to see differently. Okay. So let's pull the tarot cards to really make sense of this. But right away, I'm getting that with this full moon eclipse in Scorpio, this shadow work of perspective is to really not get too stuck in your own way and your own way of seeing things, seeing the world, and interacting with other people. Just really allowing yourself to see from other people's eyes and other people's perspectives. Okay, let's get some tarot cards going. All right, we have the guide, which is the Hierophant. It just has a different title added there. I'm going to pull one more. Ooh, that came out real quick. We have the Four of Daggers. So that's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, the Four of Daggers, is a card that really embodies taking some rest and rejuvenation in the mental sphere. So it's setting aside any really heavy work or any draining activities that are just sucking the life out of you that you need to just take a break from, whether that be work, taking an actual vacation or period of time, or just actually incorporating some self-care into your day. Now the guide being the Hierophant, that is structure. It can be the church, it can be religious orders, or it can just be prevailing wisdom that kind of transmutes the way of doing things into a really structured pattern. So Four of Daggers and the guide mixed with the perspective here is really just giving me a clear picture that this Scorpio full moon eclipse is a time for you to really hammer in those self-care structures that give you a break and allow you to see from a bigger perspective so that you can interact with other people in a really healthy way and that you're not getting so stuck into the way that you're doing things that you're almost doing one step forward, two steps back. Like really allowing yourself, it's not even doing things slowly, but doing things in a way that allows you to really progress in a healthy momentum, so that you're not pushing too far and then burning yourself out. You need some really healthy structure that's allowing you to move forward without getting burnt out. And then bringing it back to this perspective card with the calm and clear mind is free to see differently. It's when you allow yourself to have that self-care and those moments of quiet, it allows you to see other routes around problems that if you hadn't given yourself that time to just be, you would never have seen those alternate routes. So really this is a reading about giving yourself time to have a break in order to do your work better. It's really working smarter, not harder. And part of working smarter is recognizing that you need a break. Yeah, it's just really, really feeling that energy of taking a step back and taking a break, but also structuring in breaks at intervals so you're able to work effectively and efficiently. Let me see if there's anything else. The lighthouse is standing out to me as well, in that in creating these structures in your life to give you these regular breaks, it's going to help you pull yourself through really murky, cloudy times of your life where you don't see a light in the dark. So this structure is going to give you that light. It's going to be your lighthouse so that you see this woman, you are her, and you can finally see that light in the distance. So you find yourself surrounded by this fog of just overwhelm and not getting a healthy balance in your life. And you start to create this structure that gives you that break, that creates that balance. And then you can start to breathe easy because you know that you're going to make it through. It almost feels like in incorporating this structure and this time for yourself, that you're going to even tap into your spiritual practice a little bit more, that you're going to have time for yourself to dig into aspects of your life that maybe are neglected, and that deepening those parts allow you to hear your intuition. It allows you to function from a place of trusting the universe where you might have not been able to really lean into that before this. All right, I have 2 other decks that I'm going to pull from. One is the Shadow Healing Oracle. Now these cards have keywords on them of very difficult emotions. So this is kind of what is coming up for you as the emotion that's really stopping you in your tracks to accomplish this. Because clearly, if this is the best thing for you, why haven't you started doing it already? Why is it difficult for you to implement these structured self-care into your life? Now, I got the card Dumbfounded. It says, sometimes there are no words for things that happen, and the best you can do is shake your head, have a giggle, and move straight past it. Now, this is giving me a sense that you're kind of dumbfounded why you can't do this. You maybe have thought about adding this structure into your life. You may be listening to this reading are like, yeah, I know that I need to incorporate these things into my life. But it's making you quite dumbfounded that you haven't been able to achieve this. So maybe there's something to dig into as to what personally for you is creating this block in this self-care. Or maybe you're just stopping at the sense of dumbfoundedness. Well, that's your reason not to dig in. Well, I don't know, so I'm not even going to dig into it more because I just don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll worry about it later. But then you never get down into it. It's almost like you just keep pushing, really digging into it off. All right, and then the other deck that I'm pulling from, it has, similar to this deck that the Dumbfounded came from, has emotions, but they're not all quite difficult. Sometimes the emotions that come out are a little bit easier, and this is what can help us pull through it. Oh, here we go. Okay, we have confident. You confuse confidence with ego. There is no shame in confidence. It's about knowing who you are and what you want, and most importantly, having the courage to stand in your own power. Now, this card actually gives me the sense that there may be really deep beliefs that taking time for yourself is selfish, and taking time to step away from your obligations. Maybe you have kids and that's taking a lot of time and responsibility, that there's a deep belief that taking this time for yourself is actually really selfish and you don't deserve to take this time. Sorry, I'm just gonna see if it wants to focus. That you don't deserve to take this time for yourself. That's a belief that there we go. That's a belief that you have, where you need to actually dig into that and you need to figure out where that's coming from, because that's going to be the key for changing your perspective on your own self-care routine. That you need to have the confidence that you do deserve the self-care. You need the confidence that you are worthy and you are worth spending the time consistently on yourself. Alrighty, about 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. And yeah, I hope this helps with your full moon eclipse in Scorpio. Alrighty, you have a beautiful and blessed day.